Hey, champions. So what is happening with second edition? If you were lucky enough to join my live stream yesterday on Facebook, you would have seen I got my hands on some sample copies of second edition, some early, fresh off of the belt copies of the booster boxes, the starter kits, some of the promo cards. And I'm doing this because the company's grown quite a bit, and since we have a plan to start launching in Europe, we actually got to get some certifications and testing done before the product can even start selling on that side of the world. So we need to get it ahead of time so that we can send it out for testing, and testing takes 2 to 3 weeks. So we want to make sure that before we launch the product that the testing is done. But speaking of launching the product, what is the official launch date for second edition? There is still too many uncertainties for us to have an exact date. And that's the only hesitation here, is that production is taking longer than we wanted to. Cutting the cards took longer than we wanted to. Printing the cards took longer than we wanted to. Everything is taking longer than their estimated time. And if we had given the original launch date that we had estimated, we would have had to make 4 or 5 announcements already saying that, hey, it's getting delayed, it's getting delayed. So we're trying to keep your excitement high, but trying to not disappoint you yet, which is a weird way of putting it. But I'm trying to be frank here. I'm trying to be honest with you, because you're our community. You're the people who are loving the game, enjoying the game. So while first edition is still on the market, enjoy that product. Don't get your hands on it, enjoy it, play the game, appreciate the game for what it is. Know that that was our first run through of the game. We're growing, we're getting better, and things are improving. But once second edition hits, I'm hoping that sets the new standard on what the card game looks like. And once Origin hits, I hope that sets a new standard of the tone of the game and the artwork quality that we're trying to hit. So we're going to continuously improve. We're going to continuously raise that bar with every step of the way. So I'm going to leave a link for that live stream in case you missed it. I don't think you necessarily need a Facebook account, but in case you do, I'm going to look into is there any way for me to share it in such a way that even without a Facebook account, you can still watch that video, because it was a lot of fun. It was my first, you got to see pack 2 to 4 opened up. There were some cool exceptions that showed up I wasn't expecting. And for people wondering, I did get to open up my first foils, and it was a really cool feeling. It was really, really exciting, all of a sudden seeing foils. Now, there was a downside. If you go watch the video, you'll notice that all the uncommons were backwards. I went and talked to the manufacturer, figure out what happened. They believe that it was just an accident where someone grabbed a pile of the cards and put them into the feeder backwards instead of forwards, and that just caused some issues. If that's the case, this just might be a quirk we live with for second edition. Hopefully, we fix this in the future. Now, in the future, one of the big things we're looking at is physically being there for the manufacturing process and giving a lot of go, no-goes, quality checks, being there as a supervisor. It may annoy the manufacturers a lot, but that way we are trying to ensure a higher quality of product. So there's a lot of cool stuff that are coming out. Of the release date, I'm going to say we'll be announcing the release date very, very, very soon. But I'm not promising anything right now, because we got to do what we got to do, right? So that's where we're at. The last thing I want to do is go watch the video to see some of the cool stuff that came out. But one of the coolest things to me was seeing the new champions. So on the surface, they look very standard, right? You got the regular champions, health, aura, energy reduction, awareness, stats, abilities. You'll notice that on all champions and all cards across second edition, we got rid of the reminder text on how attack abilities work. Attack abilities are now it's just written out. The only exceptions are drain attack abilities, because those are exceptions. They don't function like regular attack abilities. That Kendra's just not getting in focus, is she? So artwork looks awesome. Everything's really, really cool. But the best part about this, let's just get to the end. These are all the ones I opened. Is once you take the card and you flip it around. Check that out. So this is now the back of the cards for the champions. So you have the front, you got the back. It's full art. So when you're playing casually, even when you're playing competitively, because you now have the card with the actual text, you can play with the full art version. This should allow even new players to appreciate the full art version while allowing veteran players to play with them. This should create a good comfort zone for everyone. We are still finding a lot of ways to improve this process, but these just look absolutely amazing. I love these as kind of just art pieces, as posters in their own way. I love that kind of artwork. It's definitely one of my favorite artworks for any of the champions so far. And removing all the text off of the card. So there's not even the legal text at the bottom or anything like that, because it's on the front of the card. Why do we need it on the back? So that's the champion cards. Token cards are very similar. You'll see some Bahus and Skeleton Warriors where on the front it says this is a token card, and you can use them when you play cards like Call to the Bone, or if you're playing with Erica and you create a Bahu, you have now cards that you can pull in, and that way they're not impacting your collection too much. And on the reverse side are going to be the aura cards. We've had a strenuous relationship with aura cards. The app that my brother made is absolutely amazing for keeping track of your health and aura. And if you haven't downloaded that, I'll leave links for that below as well. But that app will help you a lot. But there's still some players who really love having physical aura cards. So we've had a lot of back and forth on how to approach that. I like this approach because now you have a functional card for people who don't use aura cards. You will need Skeleton Warriors, you'll need Bahus, because you'll make a deck with those cards. They're such great meta-relevant cards that they're useful. But if you are someone who prefers having the aura cards, you can still get those. And then even something like what used to be the turn order card, which is so essential for us to get to the players and get it out there. Before, it was just having the regular back. Now it's going to have an aura on the back. So those things are going to now be available in packs. I had a lot of fun opening up the booster box, but we have a really special thing that we want to do with our community when it comes to doing box openings, and it won't be coming from us. So special announcements and things like that coming in the future. But I think for now, that's everything. This video has definitely gone on long enough. I'm still super, super tired from yesterday, but I hope for everyone who got to watch the live stream, I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment. I went through and responded to all the comments today, and I'll chat to you again tomorrow. Take care. Bye. Oh, one last thing. Exploring the library tonight at 7 p.m. I don't know what the topic is. Alex and I haven't figured it out yet. If you have an idea for the topic, leave it in the comments below, and I will talk to Alex, and we'll make that happen tonight. All right. Bye.